those come
Brandy
from?
beans, I just brought them.
What the fuck?
Eat them, they're dope as shit.
Oh, fuck, I thought this was the package. I thought it was upside down.
No.
Maybe I'm drunker than I thought.
Nah, dog, eat it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There's
more alcohol in me.
That's right.
You bastard.
Welcome, residents, to the Dr. DC podcast. My name is producer Richard, and across from me is the doctor himself.
Hello.
Each week, we talk about the weird and wonderful world of DC while fielding questions from listeners just like you.
That's right.
That's right. And today is the 7th day of DocMas.
We did it.
On the 7th day of DocMas, we brought you Andrea Stratis.
Our guestingest guest still.
Yes, that's right.
This is a fourth appearance.
4 now?
That's mythic.
Oh my God.
People probably got sick of me 2 episodes ago, but maybe this will be the one that tips the scales against me.
No, for you. It's all poor you.
Yeah. Well, let's see how this all shakes out. I had some. I just DJ'd at a coffee shop for 5 hours, and I had some CBD oil put in one of my cups of coffee, just to quote, see what happens.
Did you do it, or did someone do it to you?
Someone did it to me. I was drugged.
Was it somebody that worked there?
I don't want to.
I mean, yeah, I guess we don't implicate the business.
I will say it's somebody that I know.
Why don't you say their first and last name and also their Twitter handle?
Their Twitter handle, the home address.
Yeah.
Their fears, their likes and dislikes.
Unlike other episodes, this one is this is Son's theme, so we're just going freestyling here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like that. You're already into the 7th episode of DocMas. You know that we're making it up as we go.
You already know how drunk I was before. At this point, you're just waiting to see what happens.
You actually look like you just crawled out from under your house. Like your hair's all messed up. Like what happened when you went to grab that other bottle of wine?
It was a hard time.
Did you fight a tornado?
We were just talking about looks before we went live, and I think this is a good look for you, actually.
Thank you. I think a disheveled is sort of works in my favor.
As a former dude, there's a certain look for a dude that kind of works for some people and kind of doesn't. Like you've got this kind of like, what was that movie? Not The Departed.
Devil May Care. I like to say, but
what's that movie where Leonardo DiCaprio fights that bear?
Oh, The Revenant.
Yeah, that's not The Departed.
You've got like a mid-Revenant Leonardo DiCaprio vibe.
Right, interesting.
Oh, yeah. I was just right, that bear. That bear is called alcoholism.
Do you know what look I can never pull off? A look with hair.
Handsome?
Fuck you.
So DocMas is going well.
Yeah, you're witnessing
the hosts have turned on each other.
You're witnessing the end of the podcast. Yeah. I'm pretty sure in your first appearance on this show, you made some comment about there's a pretty negative vibe in this room.
I thought that was just Colin, but turns out
nope, it has nothing to do with him.
Prove me
This
wrong.
is just amplified.
It's
since
the blackened seed that lives within all of our hearts.
Now we don't have one figure to point to our negativity towards. It just has to go back towards each other.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, with that, let's go to the news. Oh, my God. That's news coming in, clearly, by the sound of it.
The news is coming in over the wire.
That's the
right.
ticker, yeah.
That's right. Reality is fractured in the new Legend of Tomorrow trailer.
I gotta be honest. I'm a few episodes behind on Legends.
Do you want to see the trailer, though?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see the trailer. Have you watched Legends of Tomorrow at all?
I don't have internet in my house anymore, so I haven't seen it.
You are sans connections to the outside world.
I use all the data on my phone, and then I go over the data on my phone, and then the phone company says, "Hey, we're going to turn your phone off," and I say, "No, don't," and then I just sign up for a different carrier.
But important. Important question: is that cheaper than also paying for internet?
Well, I can't because the internet company took my internet away because I owed them money, and I didn't want to pay them the money I owed them, so they took my service. And then they said, if you want to turn your service back on, it's another $1,000. And I said, what if I just moved to Toronto? So that's what's happening.
Now, is that cheaper?
Yeah, it turns out it's cheaper to move to Toronto than it is to keep up with your internet bill if you're a deadbeat.
Yeah,
we
live in a place where the internet's a fucking racket too.
Yeah,
most.
I've lived in many places in Canada, and it's my bill for unlimited internet in Toronto was like $45.
It's insane what we pay here.
$200.
Yeah, I pay for the maximum amount of internet here, and it's like $250 a month.
I still don't pay for the maximum amount of internet, and I really need to.
Yeah,
but
So, well, let's explain to you. The Legends of Tomorrow is actually one of the only TV shows that they've created that is actually not from comic continuity. This is just a show that they've created on their own. They took a bunch of characters and went, what if they were a team?
They basically put them together and said, what if they could travel through time and like have fun adventures? And
So
that's
they took the Exiles from Marvel and were like, what if we take a good Marvel?
No. Totally original idea.
Sure.
DC.
Is this John Constantine?
It is John Constantine, yeah, and they travel through time and they solve time adventure things.
And also magic now.
So hold on. What they did is recreate Doctor Who.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
It was DC.
No, it's DC.
DC came up with it.
DC's the greatest. They're gonna build a wall.
DC came up with this. This is a great idea. They're the first ones to have the idea. No one's had it before. It's the best idea.
Yeah, exactly. The first original.
I don't know that this is the take I want to have.
You don't want to line yourself with a villain of history?
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, let's watch this trailer. See if Stratis is interested.
Can I ask an honest question?
Yes.
You certainly can, because that was all we got from that trailer.
Is that a joke?
There's 100% more puppets in that trailer than I thought there would be.
That looks like
I'm so many episodes behind.
It just reminds me of Smallville, like the same production level.
I mean, it's technically the same network.
That's true.
It is true, and the same comic book company,
and the same, the same like continuity.
Is there a sex cult? Like Smallville had.
Here's the thing.
Be honest,
I actually have to think about it.
Between Sarah Lance, White Canary.
Wait, there's a White Canary?
A canary.
Oh, yeah. Because she wants to be good now.
She's the leader of this
Don't get us started on Canary.
Why can't she just be the Canary?
There's a character called Ava Sharp that you don't really see in that trailer.
Because she has to be good, so she's got to be white. Oh, God. Don't you understand society?
White is right.
Oh, my God.
This became a nationalist podcast so fast.
Really quick. You would think it actually would have taken less than 90 podcasts.
Actually, to bring it back to another previous appearance of Stratis, I've been watching a lot of Next Generation, and I think I agree that Riker might be a men's rights activist.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that on the drive up. Like, who did I say was a men's rights activist? Oh, pretty much everybody.
It was definitely Will Riker.
I was trying to remember if it was Will Riker or Jason Momoa, but it might be both of them.
It's Will Riker because Jason Momoa has learned from his mistakes and apologized.
It's just that they're not trying to just take away jobs from white people, but white men. That's what you need to understand.
There's a whole episode of Star Trek where there's this like race that's deliberately androgynous, and Riker's like, "No, you want to fuck me."
Yeah. You've clearly got it wrong.
I haven't thought about fucking many men in my life, but I definitely have never and will never think about fucking a guy like that.
Yeah.
What about Data? He is fully functional.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Data can fulfill whatever you need.
They remind you about once a season that Data has a working dick.
He's cold and emotionless. That's just what I need.
Sounds like half the women I've dated regardless.
Well, I was going to say, between White Canary and Ava Sharp, who you don't see in that trailer, and John Constantine, there is actually quite a bit of sexiness on that show. Legends of Tomorrow gets like...
John Constantine looks like Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day.
That's so true.
I think flip that around.
Oh, no.
Hold on, no. But like
John Constantine is based on like punk 80s Sting.
Sure.
Okay.
Anyone post that is basically just trying to riff on that. Constantine's the originator, next to Sting.
Wow. I just got a little bit of drunk doctor from there.
No.
You're like I heard it.
Fuck you. I didn't say anything I couldn't take back.
I can't wait till one of you just takes a swing at the other here. Because I feel like
that's the video episode.
Oh, I'm going to witness it happen.
Oh, yeah. It's true. Yeah. It's true. It'll be over like Reverse Flash, and you'll just like toss a punch.
Yeah. It's pronounced Thorn.
Not Thorn.
My dad is convinced that it's Thane. His whole time reading comics, he was like, Eobard Thane. And then when like the TV show came out, he was like, man, they don't even know this character.
How is it spelled?
It's spelled Thorn.
I'm not going to say anything negative because that man scares me to death, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, he could crush you with a thought.
Yeah, he's...
What, Daddy DC?
Yeah, Daddy DC is a monster.
Dr. DC Sr. is how he likes to be referred to as.
Please, Dr. DC Sr. is my father.
He's built like a brick shithouse. I would not fuck with that guy.
He's as tall as me and twice as big.
Yeah, his fist is the size of my head.
He can put a loony through his wedding ring.
Oh my God.
That's not a joke.
This feels like one of those things where somebody is like, I once saw him eat a whole cow.
He's going to be the Chuck Norris of the Dr. DC podcast.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's kind of a legend. I think if you listen to the
I can't
episode,
wait to meet him, and he's 4.5 feet tall.
he's Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
There's an episode.
Hi.
The episode that he's on, there's a moment where Colin, may he rest in peace, says like, "Ow, you're hurting me." He's got his hand on him.
Colin does kind of look like his bones are made out of styrofoam.
It's true. He's the peanut brittle of podcast
No.
hosts.
He was.
I apologize.
It's not good to speak ill of the guy.
Yeah, exactly. What are you playing?
I was going to do.
Was that supposed to be
started out as
Amazing Grace?
but it sort of changed
supposed
into
to
like
be.
the national anthem.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened.
You started, you're like, oh, it's too sad. What if we turn this around?
That's exactly what happened.
Canada.
I'm so sad he is dead. I'm very drunk.
Okay, I have a legitimate question for you,
Okay,
Richard.
you tell me what you got.
How many minutes are into the episode
13.
without talking about DC?
13.
Okay.
Let's see how far we can go.
Let's
without
do it,
talking about DC.
Well, with that, let's head on over to the question portion.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's ask some questions.
We're heading on.
Let's create some new ones.
We're diving into Facebook.
Going to the face and the book.
Going to the Facebook.
How many episodes in are you guys? You still haven't just recorded your own?
I think
It's like
we're
90,
We're
I think.
into the 90s now.
Yeah.
for
How long do you
episodes.
go before you have like a sting for that?
I mean, that's kind of the sting.
No, people like wrote us and were like, "Do not make a pre-recorded."
Because I was like, somebody
drop.
record something
Yeah.
and send it to us. Because I'm like, I just keep making up these
We
random
got
things.
backlash when we said we wanted to do recorded drops.
We've
I
been told not
apologize.
to.
People really seem to like the lo-fi quality of
I
our
apologize
podcast.
to all the listeners out
We're really like in our punk stage of the podcast.
Yeah, we're like the fucking Ramones of talking about comic books.
I was just about to call you guys the Good Charlotte of talking about.
Oh no!
Oh, that's so much worse.
I know.
Little things.
The fact that you know the lyrics to a Good Charlotte.
Dude,
Yo,
dude,
fun
that first album I was like on board for.
Fun fact
Where
that
the-
you probably both already know is that Joey Ramone was also the lead singer of the Ramones tribute band, The Remains.
Seriously?
Joey was? Really? That's amazing.
That's the first meta thing that ever happened.
The lead singer of his own tribute band.
That's a pretty great idea.
That's kind of
If you're going to
incredible.
get it right, you might as well get the same vocalist.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, sure.
It would be like if Axl Rose was also part of a band called like Rifles and Tulips.
I think that,
That's a thinker. Yeah.
I think the only thing like closer that you could do is literally take the entire band, restart the same band, and call that the tribute to the original band.
Oh
I
my
have
god, that'd be amazing.
I have some friends that have an all ladies Weezer cover band called Sheezer.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my God.
They're no longer a band anymore.
Oh, are they in
used to be.
Toronto?
Yeah, they're Toronto.
Yes. Oh,
And they
I
have
remember.
opened for Weezer in the past.
Yo.
Like they've been playing the same show as and like Rivers has come over and said I like your stuff, but when they started out their cover band, they just wanted to do it a pun. And originally, one of the other band names, and I will to this day be sad that this band does not exist, but they were going to be called Vaginosaur Jr.
Oh my God. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Is there any way we can get them on Headbangers with Home?
Oh,
As
we
a
probably
big Dinosaur
could.
Jr. fan,
That's
I'm really
amazing.
sad that Vaginosaur Jr. is not a band.
That's the
right now.
greatest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that's funny.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Oh
that's
my
a total
God.
sidetrack. How far are we now? We haven't talked about DC. Fucking
Like 20 minutes, easy.
We're at 16, but it's okay. We still got time. The first question comes from
Can we hear the Facebook song again?
Going to the face and the book, going to the Facebook.
See, you guys are pretty drunk right now, and I can attest because I'm in the room, but you still managed to pull that off flawlessly.
Wow, you know what?
I do it in my sleep. My wife complains a lot.
I do it while I'm actually having sex with my wife. Going to the Facebook.
I thought you were going to say I do it while I have sex with your wife, but
Oh wow!
How dare you?
No, I do the Twitter song for that.
This
Come
is
on, I
where-
have some class.
Do you know what? I get the feeling that Stratis wants us to fight.
Getting the same idea.
Not such a passive observer.
it's when you start hearing other voices in the room like, I heard that he said it.
Left hook.
Yeah. I took a boxing class the other day just because I wanted to see the next punch I get in the face. So
that's
I know
right.
a
Yeah.
couple of moves now.
Jesus Christ.
Let's not talk about it. Let's talk about Facebook.
Yes.
do it.
All right. The first question comes from Andrew Delgado.
Ooh.
Oh.
Enter Delgado?
Andrew.
Oh, Andrew.
Yeah.
I've heard of that name.
I mean,
Exit line. Delgado.
What does he have to say? Let's see. He says, if you could make an Ultimate style DC universe where
I'm well tuned for
I
this
figured
question.
you would be,
Yeah.
where different superhero origins and other parts of the universe are linked, like how a lot of Ultimate Marvel powers stem from trying to recreate the super soldier serum. Which origins, powers, etc., would you like to see tied together?
Everyone's parents have been killed in an alley.
Oh my god! I just fell and then my headphones came out.
Hal Jordan, fearless Air Force pilot. His dad was killed in an air alley.
Aquaman's parents were killed outside a swimming pool. And he says, like, criminals are a cowardly lot, and they're all afraid of, as a person that is afraid of the water, they're all afraid of the water.
Yeah. Before I came to Earth, my parents were killed in a Martian alley. My name is John Johns.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Everyone's
Holy
parents are killed in an alley.
shit.
I was going to say the DCEU almost went this way because I think the original idea from Man of Steel, there's a scene where Kal-El is going through that scout ship that he finds in the ice that's clearly been there for thousands of years. And there's an empty pod. I think the original idea for the DCEU is that like Amazonians, Atlanteans would all be like distant descendants of like a stranded Kryptonian. So they'd have like sort of diluted powers, but that's where it would have come from.
So they're all related.
In a way, the DCEU almost went the direction of like the Ultimate Universe, where like powers were kind of connected that way. They didn't, and I think they're better for it, but that was almost a thing.
So they wrote that down and then we're like, oh wait, inbreeding. Because it's just like one dude.
They'd all look like the fucking Habsburgs.
It's just a bunch of Cronenbergs at a certain point.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You're like, wow, that jaw is big.
Oof.
Okay, like Richard, what would you do if you were trying to make like an Ultimate Universe? What do you think is like the power that you think would tie things together?
So one of the things that I really enjoy is the way that the Flash has been doing it with is everything that the Flash basically based on the particle accelerator.
It's all dark matter.
It's all dark matter, and so everybody's been affected by that. I've really been enjoying that, and I think that's a way that kind of explains everybody's power, and it makes sense because it's based on like the scientific experiment that exploded and sort of ricocheted across the city. So I like something like that. I think that's really fun. I think that obviously that's not large scale enough to affect the whole world. But I think something like that could be really awesome. I don't think anything like that has existed yet where it's across the entire, like,
where like a particular event grants everyone their powers.
But I think that's one of the biggest issues is that there's nothing like that has happened. I'm wondering maybe it needs to be something with Superman that would need to happen that would be global, because I think there's like a level of like,
you mean like beyond just like insemination?
Yeah,
that's what the universe is called, beyond insemination.
I think that's one of the biggest issues is that
Earth 14, the beyond insemination verse.
Maybe just Superman killed everyone's parents
in an alley.
Oh my god!
Superman.
I really like the alley idea. Yeah. That's my favorite thing. Is that every single person is based on the same event.
Everyone's mom's name is Martha.
Now here's the thing, Mr. Jordan. You're just gonna want to go down the alley. your son's going to be an Air Force pilot. I'm just going to be down there and give you a little bit of pop in the chest. You'll be dead, and he'll become a Green Lantern. It's going to be great.
Wait, hold on. Who is this? Are you doing a voice?
That might be Alfred.
It's Michael Caine's Alfred.
The last time I was here, you did a Michael Caine impersonation.
Yeah, it's the one impression we can do.
I will say it was markedly different the last time I was here. It's grown. As
Do you think it's better or worse?
It's hard to say.
This is important.
I mean, I'll admit that we did do a 1 hour completely improv script of Alfred Begins.
We did.
The movie.
For our Patreon subscribers.
Alfred Begins.
Yeah.
So
it's something.
That might be where this specific type of accent and a way of talking actually becomes from.
I once made my partner order. We were in Kelowna for a music festival, and we were staying in the hotel. She's a musician and I work in the music industry, and we came home and wanted to order pizza late night from the hotel thing, and I made her. She does a really good Australian accent, so I made her call for late night food in an Australian accent because she thought it would be like,
"Oh, I'd like some pizza."
Yeah, she'd be like, "Oh, I'd like some pizza." Like, I'm bad at accents. And shit.
You mean your Cockney British?
Yeah,
accent?
your Australian sounded like Oliver.
Yeah.
I'd like some pizza, mister.
Yeah.
More?
So
You want some pizza
she
more?
called, but then it became a very long conversation because the guy had to
Oh my
explain
God.
why the kitchen wasn't open. So I thought it was just going to be this funny
my
joke
God.
where for 3 seconds she's like ordering pizza and then no. It was like a 5-minute thing, so she had to just keep.
And she had to be like, oh, blimey, the oven's shut down.
So now she,
I don't think that's very nice at all.
Crikey. That's fucking amazing.
Did a crock get in the fryer?
A killer crock. DC brought it back.
Oh, nailed it.
I tried to convince her that I think grilled cheese sandwiches in Australia would be called cheesy grillas. So
That's not that far
It's
off.
not that far off. So then I would be like, oh, should we get a cheesy grilla? And she'd be like, can you just stop saying that? That's
A cheesy grilla.
A cheesy grilla.
Hey, dear Australia, if you aren't already saying it, call grilled cheese cheesy grillas.
Also, sorry,
Idiots.
Australia. Just in general, I apologize.
Also, let in more immigrants, but also call your grilled cheese cheesy grillas.
Stop killing dogs from outside of the country.
This has become the Dr. Australia podcast.
Yeah, you actually have to listen to episode 12 and then backwards. It goes reverse in this.
What an old reference. Johnny Depp and his dogs?
Yeah, I'm really impressed you knew what I was talking.
Of course I know. I follow everything Johnny Depp.
I love TMZ.
I love TMZ.
I'm so lost.
All right, well, with that, the Dr. DC podcast will be back after this quick break.
Thanks, Andrew Delgado.
Hey, residents. I want to take this opportunity to do a huge shout out to the Brain Freeze Podcast Network. If you go to brainfreezepodcast.com, you can learn more about the amazingly fun and diverse podcasts on this network. Obviously, you'll find the Dr. DC podcast, but have you listened to The Goods from the Woods yet? Each episode dives into a unique cultural phenomenon from cryptozoology to Elvis. Each week provides a hilarious history dive into some of the strange happenings across the world. Or how about the Headbangers with Homes podcast? Did you listen to emo, hardcore, pop punk, maybe screamo, or one of the other million punk and metal subgenres in the early 2000s? Then you'll love Headbangers. Each week, they interview a different touchstone of the music back then, and along the way, learn about what it's like to grow up playing music. How about the newest podcast on Brain Freeze, The Deli Boys? It's hosted by the beloved comedy writers Evan Susser and David Phillips, who set off to do something never before done. Rank 14 Jewish delis. How would you like to hear 3 amazing comedians talk about the things they hate most in life? Well, then you need to check out the Hate Locker podcast. Every other week, the hosts of the Hate Locker argue whose hate is more poignant by discussing the things that bug them most, usually joined by a hilarious comedian guest. If you're talking about brain freeze, then you have to mention the Squeezebox podcast. Going for over a decade now, these 2 best friends talk about their lives, jobs, society, and often a lot of dick jokes and wordplay. Usually about dick jokes. No matter what you like, Brain Freeze has something you will probably enjoy. So go to brainfreezepodcast.com to learn more, or go to whichever podcast provider you use and look for one of these great podcasts. All right, back to the show. And we're back. That was an ad that we just had.
We totally recorded it.
Yeah, just now.
I wasn't part of it because I don't sell very well, so I just
Not with that attitude.
not with my attitude towards Australia.
Oh,
I already finished my episode 7.
I know. I'm kind of sad, but I don't want to add more because we've got much more alcohol to drink.
That's true.
If I could make a recommendation, it's don't drink more than you have to.
Yeah.
What?
It seems like a good idea.
So I shouldn't have more of these fucking...
No. The brandy beans you need to eat.
Yeah, eat those magic.
It doesn't count as alcohol if it's in bean form. Well, with that,
This is like a reverse,
I'm glad we brought Stratis in for such like a well-crafted episode.
This is like reverse ASMR.
you like the sound of that?
RMSA.
I need
That took me a while to figure out how to reverse 4 letters.
I need to shamefully confess something.
Okay.
I actually don't know what ASMR stands for.
Audio sound making.
Right.
Stratis is thinking really hard
What
about
does
it.
ASMR stand for?
He's asking himself personally what that means.
Autonomous Sensory Meridian.
Wow, I'm so impressed that you remembered that.
What does that mean, though?
ASMR is a calming, pleasurable feeling often accompanied by a tingling sensation. That tingle is... the word tingle came up too many times. I'm out.
Wow, that came right off the top of your head. I'm so impressed.
I'm really smart.
Yeah, I can tell.
I graduated from high school half a year late.
That's right.
Just like everybody.
OAC.
I graduated from high school and then went back for a year because I was like, I'm not ready.
Did you do OAC?
No, OAC was done by the time.
That's right. We're the same year.
I did a victory.
Stratis is older. He could.
What's OAC?
OAC for those listening in the
that's
States.
right.
We used to have grade 13 in Canada.
I went to school in the Yukon.
Oh, they didn't have OAC in
It was
the
basically, it was like an
How much-
optional grade 13 that like made you more eligible for
see,
university.
my grade 13 was not as optional as that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's
In Ontario, they had OAC.
In Ontario, it was like, you want to go to university, do grade 13. And if you don't want to go to university, you're done after grade 12.
I see.
And then they just got rid of it, and then it was only grade 12. And then a bunch of 17-year-olds were like, I'm not ready for college, myself included, and went
I'm
and
just
did
going to do a victory lap, yeah.
We did an extra year of high school, yeah, deliberately, because we were like, no, thank you.
I mean, I'm older too, so times were different when I was your age.
Back in my day.
I don't know how much older than you.
You're
guys
not
are.
that much older.
How old are you?
Yeah,
How old are you?
You're significantly older, I think.
Sorry, is
I'm
that impolite?
significantly older. I do have a lot
No.
of gray hair.
No,
What year did you graduate?
high school?
Yeah.
So not including my extra year.
Yeah.
I graduated high school in 2005.
Okay, so I'm a little bit older than you.
Yeah, that's a...
But only a little, right?
Like 6 years.
No.
Yeah, I know.
What?
She looked good.
I'm 36, turning 37.
She's not more George Moranis, but she looks good.
I got permission for this. Well, damn.
Yeah, I look good for an old trans.
Yeah. Holy shit. I wouldn't
awesome.
have thought that. Oh, man.
All right, well, let's head on over to Twitter.
Let's do it.
Twitter.
Are you okay?
I think that song is different than the last time I was here. The Twitter song is new.
Was there a Twitter?
There might have just not been a Twitter
Can
song.
I hear it one more time?
That's Twitter.
Perfect.
Yeah, Dance Monkey Dance.
Can we get a clean version?
No.
First question comes from basically DM God.
I think this is the old name of Cosmic DM.
Oh, you pulled old questions.
Yeah, well, I have like a store of old questions.
Oh,
Do
okay.
those sell well?
No.
No, nothing
Oh
about
my god,
this.
they have no value
That
at
was
all.
a really bad joke. I apologize.
Basically, DM God asks, what did you think about the JLA stand-ins, the 7, in Garth Ennis' The Boys? I don't know what any of that means.
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Next question.
Garth Ennis is a
Oh, yeah, we were
comic
supposed to
writer.
do the flip. Okay, whatever.
I know.
No, we'll do that for the next one.
Yeah.
I know who Garth Ennis is. I
Do it.
think.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta sneeze. I don't. I thought I did, but I don't.
Garth Ennis basically like wrote like a pastiche version of the Justice League called the 7. To be honest, they're just like they're fine.
Were they like analogs? Like there was like a Superman version?
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Like
They-
Ultraman?
exactly that sort of thing. But then DC did the ultimate fuck you and made a pastiche of the pastiche. I think they exist on Earth 36 or 37, and it's characters like, oh, I'm gonna get which Earth it is wrong. Because there's also one with Kurt Busiek, because he also made a pastiche of
Busey!
this. So one is one and one is the other, but there's like characters like Optiman or Flashlight is Green Lantern or things like that. So
Free Mahi Mahi.
That's clearly like the bottom of the barrel of Superman of like superhero names. Like, what else can I be? Like, I don't know. Do you want to be Flashlight? I guess.
I think that would make Batman Wallet. But yeah, I mean, essentially, I mean, like they're fine, but like it's kind of funny that DC gets their own back and just goes like, "Fuck you! Here's like a made up version of your made up versions of our thing."
That's kind of their thing, eh? Like they've got all these they have so many Earths that are just fuck you Earths.
They do, like, because there's the one Earth that's like the fuck you Image Earth, where instead of Savage Dragon they've got Dino Cop and like shit like that. Like they're Earth 7 and 8 are both Marvel fuck you Earths. Earth 8 is the 616 and Earth 7 is the Ultimate.
Is Dino Cop that was like Whoopi Goldberg's partner in that one movie? Theodore X? Is that Dino Cop? Have you ever seen the movie Theodore X?
I haven't thought about that movie ever in my life.
It used to be on the shelf at the video store all the time, back when video stores were a thing. That's how old I am. I remember going to video stores. We
still have video stores. We live in a place out of time.
Actually, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's I haven't thought about that in a very long time.
Theodore X. Dino
Holy
Cop.
shit.
Right? Baby DC.
Baby DC is back.
That's just Richard.
I don't agree.
He needs more show wine.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next question.
Yeah, next question.
All right. Next question comes from Axel.
Oh, Axel.
Is
he from Australia? Or
I have no idea. I feel like it's okay. This started basically because
I really ruined everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one that, but two also. There was a New Zealand show. I'm so drunk that I can't remember the name of it, but it's based on basically the Greek gods moved to New Zealand and became like New Zealanders, and so and it's one of the characters' name is Axel. He's new from New Zealand. His name is Axel. And they call him Axel.
My name is Axel, and I'm here to say.
Axel asks, I know the New 52 era wasn't the best for all series, but
what do you mean?
But personally, I'm really enjoying the Green Lantern series. What was your personal favorite series in the New 52?
Interesting. Andrea, did you read any New 52 like DC
I read
comics?
Batman.
What did you think of it?
That was like Scott Snyder.
Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo.
Scott Snyder.
What did you think of that?
I liked
run?
that series.
Yeah.
I read a little bit.
Did you read the full?
I read the full run. I read their full run
all the way through. Like,
dude, when did these cookies get here?
Yeah.
Did she just drop these off?
Dude,
how fucking drunk are you? Andrea's talking.
I'm so drunk, but these cookies just got here.
I gave you that bag when I showed up.
You did?
We have a question to throw.
I'm so sorry. I'm so drunk. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Continue.
I did read that whole run. I read Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Yeah, New 52?
I think so, because that was when it was
Rebirth.
Like, it was him and what's his name, and then Starfire.
Yeah, that's the New 52
yeah,
one.
So I read
him
that.
and Starfire and Arsenal.
Yeah, I read that series. What else did I read? That might have been it.
So, I mean, of those two, I have to assume it was Batman.
Batman was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was a good series.
Was there a particular story that you liked out of that one? Because, I mean, it really goes through a few different things.
Well, because that's where the Joker cut his face off.
Well, the Joker technically cuts his face off at the end of the first run of Detective Comics,
right.
But then it applies to Batman.
Yeah, because then it has like the whole Death in the Family storyline.
There's Death in the Family and then Endgame after.
Right, and then there was the Talon thing.
Yep, so Court of Owls. And
the Court of Owls was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's my brain is kind of fuzzy.
Speaking of Court of Owls, they've actually been hinting at possibly the next Batman game to come out is going to be Court of Owls. From
WB Montreal though, not because
but they posted a photo of a bunch of bats and people somehow thought that was Court of Owls.
It was like the owl symbol or something,
which could be fucking rad as a game, but
unless it's the owl from fucking Watchmen.
Oh, Night Owl.
Night Owl.
I would fucking kill for a Night Owl game. That would be dope. That'd be dope shit.
What was your favorite New 52?
I think it's Aquaman. Like right off the bat, Jeff Johns was writing Aquaman, and he basically like completely reinvigorated the character in the way that he did for Green Lantern.
Right.
That was a standout one, and also Animal Man Animal,
Oh yeah, I never read that, but I heard about
Jeff
it.
Lemire's Animal Man in the New 52 is just so fucking good. It's heartbreaking and it's like beautifully drawn and it's like just it's crazy. It fully embraces like how weird the concept of like the red and these like sort of kingdoms of nature are.
Yeah, sure.
And I mean, I think between Animal Man and Aquaman, that's where the New 52 really like shone for me.
The Young Animal stuff's not New 52, eh? Like
that's
the
later.
James Squad and all that.
That's later, yeah.
Okay. Then. That's pretty much all I read.
Yeah.
I just read those 2 books because I liked Red Hood as a character. I thought that was kind of interesting.
I've got to say, if you even passably enjoyed the New 52 Red Hood, you'll really like the Rebirth one.
Then, like, is that the one that's going on right now?
Yeah, Rebirth Red Hood and the Outlaws is really good. They've made it like the first arc is called this, but it's called like a Dark Trinity.
Yeah.
Where it's Red Hood and Bizarro, and then Artemis is like the Wonder Woman stand-in.
Who's Artemis?
She's another Amazonian, but from this other tribe that left Themyscira called the Banamigdal. So basically, there's a Kryptonian and an Amazonian and a member of the Bat family.
Sure.
So it's like a different version of the Trinity, basically.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a really good series. It's quite something. Yeah. All right, what about you, Richard? Did you read any New 52?
Dude, I'm so drunk. I can't think of what 52 even adds
Well,
up to.
maybe fucking think about it. I don't know. It's a podcast. We answer questions.
No.
Oh, that punch is coming. I, for one, welcome our new punch overlords.
I like the Green Lantern New 52.
Sure,
but
yeah.
beyond that, no, I don't have.
Oh, I read a bit of Green Lantern, I think, too, actually.
Oh, I think Robin New 52.
Is that where, like,
really good.
Sinestro eventually, like kind of, like, acquiesces to the fact that, like, Green Lantern is good, and he sort of, like, gives up his...
Sinestro actually starts the New 52 as a Green Lantern. He's been reinstated, and Hal's been sort of cast out, and he gives him, like, a temporary ring, and they sort of team up to do some stuff.
Yeah, I think I read a little bit of that, actually. Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
I have a bad memory for things.
It's a good run, too. And then the John's run of Green Lantern in the New 52 sort of culminates in an arc called... or something to do with the Third Army, where basically, like, if the first army was the Manhunter robots and the second army was the Green Lantern Corps, then the Guardians unleash this third army, which is meant to replace the Green Lanterns, but it's, of course, tyrannical and horrible and things like that. So the Green Lanterns beat them, but it's a really, like, amazing sort of arc. And if you take it all the way back, like, before Flashpoint, like, from Green Lantern Rebirth through, like, Sinestro Corps War and Blackest Night and things like that, it's a really, like, fucking crazy arc.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on. I love his next question, actually. It comes from Mallory Vanier.
No relation.
Yeah.
Fucking better not be.
Who asks, I love this question. If you had to create a boy band with DC characters, who would you choose and why?
I've already got my answer.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Batman, because that's just funny to think about.
Is he the bad boy?
Yeah, he's absolutely the
Sure,
bad boy. Red Hood.
Okay. Wait, sorry, Batman's the bad boy and you have Red Hood?
Yep.
You're bad boy heavy in your boy band.
Oh yeah, that's how I like my boy bands.
Everyone's in a leather jacket.
How many members in a boy band?
5?
4 or 5?
4 or 5, yeah.
4 or 5. Okay, so Red Hood, Batman, I think Green Arrow.
Oh yeah,
because that mustache.
Your boy band is all bad boys.
It's a bad boy.
Green Lantern's got you got to have an older guy.
You say it's a bad boy band?
Sinestro.
Oh shit!
And then Swamp Thing.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, who's
Swamp Thing is Howie.
Who's the cute one?
Swamp Thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry. Swamp Thing's the cute one.
Fuck yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to fuck lettuce before.
You've clearly never hollowed out a thing of lettuce.
Well, this E. coli thing's got me pretty shook, so.
Okay, what about yourself, Doc?
Fuck. I think you got to get Buddy Baker in there. Animal Man. I think he's like the.
Oh.
He's like the Nick.
Wow.
He's the Nick Carter. He's like the pretty boy, the famous one.
Yeah.
I think you get him in there. I think you get you need someone more shy. Ray Palmer. He's like the Howie.
Who's Ray Palmer?
He's the Atom.
Oh,
he can shrink. I think he's the Howie that you get in there. You need someone who's sort of serious and a little bit older. Deathstroke. He's the Kevin.
Who's Kevin?
From Backstreet Boys.
I see. Here's the thing. I don't know any of the members of the Backstreet Boys.
What?
Yeah, I don't like boy bands. I, as a person that's older than you guys, when boy bands were a thing, I was really into punk rock. I'm still really into punk rock.
I mean, I was also into punk rock and boy
I
bands.
didn't cross the streams. Like
Only just because of you never crossed the streams, but on my music, it was you got what you could take.
Kevin very seldom got a solo because he was like the baritone one. He's the tall guy.
Which
with
one's
like,
the fat one? Joey Fatone?
That's NSYNC.
That's the garbage man from NSYNC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey Fat One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who do I have so far? I've got Nick, Howie, Kevin. We need a Brian. We need someone sort of plain and unassuming. Barry Allen. Put him in there.
Yeah.
And then we need a bad boy. We need an AJ. I think we got to go Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
What about Thomas Wayne from an alternative dimension?
He's dead. Oh, from an alternate dimension.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was thinking like, I don't know, dead guy probably can't do the moves.
Because I just read all of Doom Squad, I just kept thinking of the fucking, the robot dude. What's his name?
Robot Man?
Yeah, Robot Man. What's the robot man?
What's his name?
He'd be good in there just because he's got his punk rock attitude, you know?
That's true too. I'm very mainstream with my picks. I'm very like superhero-y, not.
I've said two members of a Bat family.
Yeah.
So, you know.
What about you, Richard?
Yeah, Richard.
I mean, mine's clearly also modeled on the Backstreet Boys. You don't have to use that as the template. There's
model it after an O-Town.
Oh. Because I want it all. Nothing at all. Do you know how many walls I stood against while other people danced to that song?
No one left to fall when you reach the bottom. It's now or never.
Does Mrs. DC like boy bands?
Yeah, that's where all of her liquid dreams come from.
Wow. Well, you know, I dream about a girl who's a mix of Destiny's Child and just a little bit of Madonna's Wild
Just
Style.
a little bit.
So
with Janet Jackson's
One
smile.
woman is a mix of all three members of Destiny's Child?
Don't worry about it.
So she's a bit Beyonce, but also a bit Kelly and a bit the third one?
We could do without Michelle? Probably.
Yeah. I like how I couldn't remember Michelle. Yeah. Just Kelly Rowland and Beyonce.
I think that's
what if I just only knew Kelly and Michelle, and I was like, and you know the third member of
who's the one?
Whoever the third
she has a couple of solo albums.
Is.
Okay,
she's married to.
Who's your boy band?
She's married to Jay Zed.
My cute guy is Jason Todd.
Jason Todd is pretty cute for a dead person.
He's also kind of a bad boy.
You know,
he's the cute guy. All right.
Then I got Cara L because fuck you. A woman can
Cara
be
Zor-El?
Yeah.
Is in your boy band.
Yeah, because
you're
fuck
so
you.
Fucking woke.
This is 2018.
Nice.
You can have a woman in a boy band.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to one up.
Yeah, making us look bad.
Yeah, I mean, if either
this
of
is
you...
identity politics run amok. What are you going to take fucking Baby It's Cold Outside out the radio?
For real, though, how is that song not about rape?
It's true. It is though.
It's just a shitty song, and also like, who the fuck cares?
Do you know what song I hate more than that one though? And it's just based on the voice. Santa Baby. Get rid of that song.
Oh, I despise that song.
Santa Baby. I hate that song.
I just think that like I'm surprised.
Finish your boy.
I just think that like before they take out Baby It's Cold Outside, they should have taken Rape in the Christmas season out first. I just think that song would have been the first one they removed.
Jesus.
No. Rape in the Christmas season is not the first one they removed.
I think that's the original title of Baby It's Cold Outside. Yeah.
I really can't stay. Well, here's this pill.
No.
I didn't write it, you guys. I'm just saying.
So finish your boy band before we're officially canceled.
You're two members into this boy band.
Then Tim Drake, then Dick Grayson.
Oh, so it's all Robbins?
Yeah, it's all Robbins plus Cara Zor-El.
Right.
Yeah.
So hold on. So you get.
I feel like this is going to end up like a B44 situation where they're all alphas jockeying for position.
So you got Tim Drake, Damian Wayne.
No, you didn't say that. You just said Jason.
I said all of the Robins. You filled in the blanks. Just Damian Wayne.
So do you also have Stephanie Brown? Do you have Carrie Kelly?
Yeah.
No, go fuck yourself.
This
is 2018. Is this in 2019?
Sorry, so I'm woke, but not too woke.
Yeah, exactly. Sufficiently woke, politically woke.
Right, so you're not so woke that you recognize people who are definitively canonically Robins?
No.
He's Facebook woke.
Exactly.
You know, where you'll comment on people's articles, but you won't actually do anything to help them in real life.
Oh, too real.
Yikes.
Good thing I'm leaving town.
All right,
Next question.
How about we move on? All right, next question comes from... we're heading over to our favorite Los Angeles comedian.
Let's do it.
We're going to get a question from Kyle Clark.
Oh, Kyle Clark.
That's right.
Hi, Kyle Clark.
Every DocMas, Kyle just sends us 12 questions that we can answer.
We should get him to call in and ask us questions live.
I might decide to call him at some point because I've been debating just drunk dialing him at some point. Kyle asks, what indie comic writer or artist would you like to see work for DC and what book?
Oh.
Which I love that question.
Indie comic writer.
Yeah, do you have a good answer for that?
No, because I don't know a lot of indie comic writers because I'm a piece of shit.
Good thing you're leaving.
I'm a loser, baby.
So why don't you kill me?
Think how Theory of a Dead Man covered Loser all of a sudden.
I'm a loser, baby.
We already talked about this. I'm only good at Yarrow Rock. I was in a Yarrow Rock cover band for a bit.
So were you Yarrow Rock?
Yeah, like Seether, Hinder, Theory of a Dead Man, Nickelback.
What was your band called?
Solera, like Soulra.
Is that the most like...
What was your biggest song?
We did a good cover of... Fuck, I can't even think of the name of the song, but it's Seether and Amy Lee from fucking...
Yes, I know that song.
Know that song. I wanted you to know.
Wasn't that from a soundtrack of some kind? Was it from a Spider-Man 2?
Probably.
And the music video is there like in a fucking junkyard.
That makes sense.
Which is like a metaphor for their entire crappy career.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah, I was in a great band. With an ex-girlfriend. I mean, we were in exes at the time.
Sure, yeah.
We are now because the band was shit.
You weren't Fleetwood Mac, yeah. You were the Fleetwood Mac of Yarrow Rock.
I mean, clearly we were not Fleetwood Mac.
I don't know. Fleetwood Mac's not that great.
Shaq Hughes.
Anyways.
Sorry, indie comics writers.
Yeah, so
it's tough because a lot of people that write their own comics or create their own comics also do work for DC and Marvel.
I was just going to say,
I'm tempted to say like
Visaggio or something like that, but like all the way writes for DC.
Exactly. Or someone like Jason Aaron, he wrote Southern Bastards, which is one of my favorite books, and that's a like an independent comic. That's an Image comic, but Jason Aaron also writes for Marvel, right? So someone that's like 100% independent, that's actually kind of hard to figure out. But let's say Magdalene Visaggio, because that's the one that you brought up.
Yeah, but what would you writes for DC?
What would you want her to write? What character for DC would you want her to write?
I'd like her to do a big suit because I know like she really likes she talks a lot about like a like of Superman and stuff like that on Twitter a lot, and it would be interesting to see her take on like a big book like that.
Yeah, because
I think she's a really great writer.
Yeah, totally.
And like, he has a lot to say and could do a lot of really interesting things with larger characters. For sure.
Absolutely.
Trying to think of who else. I don't know. I've been reading a lot of because I read more Marvel stuff.
Sure.
And there's a woman that writes like West Coast Avengers.
Is that still a thing?
It's a new thing with the woman that was writing Hawkeye with the female Hawkeye in it.
No way.
What's her name? I'm gonna screw this up probably, but I think it's Kelly Thompson. Anyway, she's a great writer and she writes a lot of really cool books.
Oh shit.
I was doing the revamped Uncanny X-Men, which isn't that great, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot of indie comics writers other than like really indie comics writers.
Right.
Like who?
Like a Carta Monier, who is like a really indie comic writer, but like writes really intensely personal stuff, which is really beautiful.
Would you want them to like take on?
Well, if you're taking them and putting, but let's say the stars align, they are given free reign on a DC character.
Sure.
What
I would like.
What's your dream?
Something weird. Like I got super into Doom Squad. I thought that was a really interesting, cool book, and I would like to see an indie writer take on something like that.
So you want to see more like Robot Man, Negative Man, Elastic Girl.
That's a good.
I just started reading Mr. Miracle.
Yeah.
And like again,
like the Tom King one?
Yeah.
So good.
And something like that, like something that actually like, because I kind of find like I find a Superman to be like a Captain America, like it's just kind of bland.
Sure.
You know? And like maybe in the right writer, there was actually a really good recent run of Captain America that was done that was a little bit more like character focused.
Right.
And I think a good writer, like especially because indie writers are really good at writing character based as opposed to like team and superpower based stuff, which is what a lot of like Busiek or whatever are going to write more for the power and for the team.
Totally.
But an indie writer is going to write a character piece. And those are always like Matt Fraction and David Aha's Hawkeye was really great.
Right.
Because it was like character based.
Totally.
Matt Fraction's a bit of an indie writer. Like, he's not like a staff writer.
Well, Matt, we brought this up in news in a different episode, but Matt Fraction is actually going to be writing like a Lex Luthor comic for DC's Black Label, like non-continuity, but sort of more mature thing. But he's writing a Lex Luthor comic.
That'd be interesting.
Kind of into that. Because Matt Fraction, that's sex criminals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, sex criminal. Did you already say yours?
Yeah, who's yours?
I think it's Jason Aaron. I know he writes for Marvel and stuff, but I love.
But he's again not a staff writer.
I love Southern Bastards so much. It's such like an insanely good book. It's so captivating to me and very personal, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Which character would I want them to write? Yeah, maybe something along the lines of like a Black Lightning or Green Arrow or something like that. Something that's like it's based in like a neighborhood or like a portion of a city, right? Like,
and that's the
or the Question, right, in Hub City. Like, so Question, Green Arrow, Black Lightning. Either of those three, I think I'd be interested in seeing Jason Aaron's take.
What about like a really interesting take on Aquaman? Like, again, I think you should read Matt Fraction and David Ayer's Hawkeye, because it's a really interesting, because it definitely it's a character piece very much. So like it's all about like him, and he's living in this like squad apartment that he's like bought back from these like Russian gangsters.
Sure.
And he has to deal with their shit. But it's not about like him being an Avenger or him doing all this stuff. It's literally this like really character focused piece. And it'd be interesting to see, like, I got really into that after reading that. I thought like, this is actually much more interesting. And there was this Captain America run that just ended. I can't remember who wrote it for the life of me. But again, it was like, it was focused on Captain America as a person and not like this, like the super soldier serum and all this. It would be interesting to see somebody like Aquaman taken like in a really interesting way and spotlight, like in a totally different way, you know, like as opposed to like this guy that can talk to fish or whatever. Like, I can talk to fish. They don't talk back, but I can still talk to them.
Interesting take on Aquaman. Yeah.
Yeah. He talks to fish.
No, totally.
It's the best part about fish.
They don't talk back.
They don't talk back.
That's right.
What about you, Richard?
I don't know, man. I'm so drunk.
I feel like that's going to be his response to every question.
I think I'd like to see Pinot Grigio write a fucking Batman.
Yeah.
All I want to say is like Jeff Lemire, but Jeff Lemire's already a DC writer, so I don't have a lot of experience.
Is there a character that, like, since that came up, is there a character that you want to see Jeff Lemire take on?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to see Jeff Lemire do a Starfire comic.
Oh, I kind of dig that.
I think his art style specifically would do such interesting things.
Do you want it to be like cosmic, like her maybe going back to Tamaran, or do you want it to be on Earth?
No, back to Tamaran.
Just like, her like trying to rent an apartment.
Well, that's kind of what like Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor's Starfire series was.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have Todd McFarlane write something.
Oh no!
I mean, if you want her to have tits so big she falls over, get Todd McFarlane. Yeah.
Isn't that Jeff Loeb? Wasn't that his thing?
No, it's fucking
Jim
Rob
Lee.
Liefeld.
Oh,
Liefeld. Jim Lee. Don't even get me started.
You're like, whoa.
Well, there's that famous drawing of Captain America that's turned sideways, but his torso is so massively out of proportion that it's like 3/4 of the way turned.
I can't believe that made it to print. I can't believe everyone was like, yep. Just like,
looks fine to me.
I think the problem is that nobody looked. They were just like, I'm sure whatever he does is fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's head on over to our voicemail.
Sure.
And get.
What about Instagram?
We got no Instagram today.
Instagram,
I'm so sorry.
Get your shit together.
I know. We actually have a lot from Instagram, but we can only take so many questions. We're already far too long on this episode.
Okay, let's keep going.
All right. Let's check out this voicemail.
I get to hear this.
Hi, Dr. DC and producer Richard. This is Dashel.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, so this is Dashel, the son of one of our listeners, who we constantly are telling to not listen to the podcast because he's far too young.
Oh my god, Dashel, turn off the podcast.
So now Dashel has written us a review, has listened to the podcast, and is now doing a voicemail to our. I am not okay.
Dashel, I apologize.
This is not okay.
Dashel? Dashel through the snow?
Yeah.
He must get that a lot. I apologize, Dashel.
Dashel
don't take
through
that.
the snow.
Dashel, don't take that shit from nobody.
Oh, that's right. All right, let's see what Dashel has to say.
Hi, Dr. DC and producer Richard. This is Dashel, but you can call me Dash. I never get to listen to your forking podcast. Crazy shirt you guys talk about.
And the forking podcast and the shirt you talk about. Oh my god, it's amazing.
Dash, you're the greatest.
You're the greatest. All right, let's keep listening.
I have a question. Is Santa Claus a member of the Justice League? Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash, Aquaman, Green Lantern, and Martian Manhunter. Where would he fall in the rank of power? I won't be able to listen to the answer, but maybe you can tell my forking dad and he can tell me. Merry Christmas.
Oh my god, that's the greatest! That's the greatest question we've ever gotten.
I need to go lie down and just feel all the feelings.
I think we need to reevaluate what we do in this show.
Yeah.
Dash, congratulations! You just did the greatest thing ever.
This is the forking best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, you did the greatest thing ever. You might have just ended the Dr. DC podcast.
Oh my god.
I'm a little bit speechless. That was like the most adorable, amazing thing that ever happened.
All right, but let's give it.
Are we telling a child that Santa's not real?
No.
Oh, no.
We're doing the opposite. Santa is real.
Yeah,
obviously.
And
if we take the original 7 Justice League members, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter,
and the Chicago Blackhawks,
where does Santa Claus rank in terms of power?
Well, let's figure what is Santa's abilities?
Yeah. So ability to fit down chimneys.
So
shape-shifting.
Yeah, sure, shape-shifting.
He's also got some sort of like time manipulation or super speed.
Like the Flash.
So he's got some Martian Manhunter and some Flash.
He's got heat vision.
Does he?
I don't know.
Well, if that cocoa gets cold, right?
That's true.
Is it?
He can command animals.
He commands animals.
That's true.
So he's got a little bit of Aquaman in him.
Yeah.
So we've got Flash.
Does he want some?
I was Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Right.
Dash will turn off the podcast.
Get wet.
So he's got some Flash, Martian Manhunter, and Aquaman in him. He commands his own nation, much like Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's right.
He's a pastiche of all of them, except for I don't think he solves crimes like Batman.
Except for Batman.
Yeah. He might be rich.
Well, no, he knows who's bad and who's good.
That's is that a power that Batman has?
I think that's more Superman.
I just think it's detective-y.
Superman's got a pretty good moral compass.
Yeah, sure. He can fly.
And also Wonder Woman has the lasso of truth.
I feel like there's some sort of like psychic power because he can see everything everybody's doing.
Does he have? I don't think he has the indomitable will necessarily of Green Lantern. Because as we know, Tim Allen easily killed him and put on his suit.
That's true.
So I think he's also not Batman that way because he wasn't prepared for that. Batman would have a contingency.
That's not the first life Tim Allen has taken.
Nor will it be the last.
Yeah. If all these leftists want to get in his way.
I guess empirically we're saying more powerful than everyone except for Batman and Green Lantern?
I think he's absolutely more powerful than Batman because he has one power. And Superman's parents were and Santa's parents were killed in an alley.
Right. Yeah, they were going to go see
that movie where the train comes at the screen.
Yeah, they went to go see a talkie. And,
Yeah.
They were
so where does he land? It feels like he should be the leader.
He's a number one, or he's top tier.
I'm saying top 3. I think
like Superman, Batman, and
I don't think Santa has fucking
Santa
heat
Man?
vision or super breath or super ventriloquism or super weaving or any one of a number of ridiculous powers Superman has.
Hold on. Super ventriloquism?
That's a legitimate Superman power.
He can throw his voice?
Sure can.
So he sent in from the back of a comic book and was like, this would be a good thing to add to my repertoire?
Yep.
Apparently. He can also build a wall with his mind. So.
Only in Superman 4 he has masonry vision.
Masonry
He
vision.
looks at the Great Wall of China and it rebuilds
This
itself.
is why Superman is a dumb character.
He gets the amnesia kiss in Superman 2. He kisses Lois Lane. She forgets that he's Clark Kent, which is also problematic.
Yeah, there's a layer there that is extremely.
It's not great in 2018.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Not superb.
It's not good.
Okay, so
Superman is Santa's number 1.
I'm saying Santa's number 3.
I think number 3 seems fair.
I think
under Superman.
I think it's Superman, Wonder Woman, Santa, and then the rest.
I think Superman, Martian Manhunter, Santa Claus.
But is Martian Manhunter is one of the original 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
And is technically more powerful than Superman, but the comics really haven't shown that.
That's true. Sorry, and you say he's number one.
I think he's number one.
I appreciate that.
There you go,
actually.
Dave. Pass that on. Dave, pass that on to Dashel. I sure hope to God you haven't let him listen to this.
Yeah, Dave, don't let your kid listen to this.
Cut out this and then bleep out whatever else we say. All right. Well, with that, that's the last question. So that means we're on to the scariest part of this podcast.
Oh no.
Dial Doc.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So like every week, we take on the tropes of the Dial H for Hero comics, which means Dial H for Hero means that there was a character who found a payphone dial hero and they turned into a random superhero. So we are going to try to replicate that by creating our own superhero from thin air. And you can see as our guests and host are looking around the room trying to figure out what character they're going to come up with by looking at things around the room, we are going to also do the same by figuring out what random character. I'm going to just keep talking until I come up with my own character. Right. And that's how we're going to do
your
things
character
today.
could be Killing Time Man.
Yeah, Killing Time Man. That's a great... Oh, that's good.
He takes anything that should be a quick job and makes it like 10 times as long.
Extraordinarily difficult.
Excruciating.
There's my character. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
Okay, Andrea, do you have one?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I keep looking at this fucking...
All right, Doctor. That means it's you.
Fuck.
If
Okay.
you say Tree Man, I'll be real upset. 'Cause that's mine.
Her actual name is Roots.
I thought you were going to go with the Canadian...
Sorry, you went
sweat
Kunta
brand.
Kinte?
Yeah, that's right. You heard
What
me.
the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, you got a problem against Jordy?
No, I love Jordy.
Well, then don't talk shit about Kunta Kinte. Hey, take a look. It's in a book.
Is it bad that I consider Roots Star Trek canon?
Yes.
Okay.
What about Reading Rainbow?
Moving on.
No, actually, probably not. I mean, like, it is
Take a
like...
look.
Roots
It's
is
in
like...
a book.
I thought it was like the episode where, like Fistful of Datas where it's just like a holodeck program gone horribly
Reading
wrong.
Rainbow.
Could the character be Off the Rails Man?
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't know. I'm just like throwing out things that are happening.
Ooh, is it like
No,
some sort of like train
let's-
character?
let's go with
Let's
it.
think this out.
Well, I think Off the Rails Man would be like have like luck based power. So Off the Rails
Ooh.
Man, much like Domino from the Marvel Universe, Off the Rails Man would have powers that sort of like make things go intentionally awry, but always sort of like in their best interest, but also like for the to the detriment of anyone else around.
Oh,
So,
I like that.
Right.
you know, if they're chasing after a car, like a getaway car, for instance, like that getaway car would like have severe engine problems,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
but they would have like severe good engine or something like. They would give,
I like that. I like
good
severe
engine.
good engine. Whoa, this engine's going way better than normal.
Ooh, the efficiency.
so Off the Rails Man is
Right.
Things go awry, and yet for others go very well.
Yeah.
I like that. That's very nice. I like that.
Mine is called the Redecorator.
Are you just talking because I redecorated the room?
the Redecorator. Basically, they gain the power to like channel the feng shui of a room. So as they like shift things around, once they get it into like perfect feng shui, then they become this sort of like all like omnipotent sort of character.
She just called the character Feng Shui.
that can achieve. No, they're called the Redecorator.
I'm sorry.
They can achieve what they want, but they need to make sure everything's in the right place and that like the room flows.
So like Marie Kondo was like dropped into a vat of acid.
Marie Kondo.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He was in a terrible accident at like the postmodern furniture factory. And yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was amazing. We would love to hear what better ideas that you could come up with, because clearly they're going to be better than what we've developed. All you have to do is just send us a message with the hashtag DialDoc. That's hashtag DialDoc, and send us your ideas for a hero or a villain. You can also just send us a question for our next episode, or nerd out with us just in general about DC or various other nerdy things that you could talk about. All you have to do is reach out to us on our various social media platforms, such as Facebook,
Dr. DC Podcast.
our Twitter,
At Dr. DC.
Instagram,
Dr. DC Podcast.
Our email.
drdcpodcast@gmail.com.
We also have a subreddit.
r/Dr_DC.
You can check out our articles and merch. I'm so drunk. On our website.
drdcpodcast.com or .ca.
Well, and finally, you can call us now. We have the doc phone. The doc phone is open. All you have to do is leave us a voice message at 208-917-DCEU. That's 208-917-3238.
Can we take live callers?
We're not there yet.
Not there yet, but soon. I also don't want people knowing my phone number.
For anyone out there that wants to know, Richard's phone number is...
You don't know it. It's fine.
867.
Whoa. That's too close.
33 something.
Nope. Yeah, that's even way too close.
1 3.
You have 5 of a possible 9 numbers.
Yeah, you got close enough. That's fine. Don't forget to rate, review us 5 stars on iTunes. Leave us a message, and we'll read it on the next episode. Also, if we get 30 reviews, we're at 21 right now. We just need 9 more. We'll do a live stream video episode. So that's all you gotta do is just leave us a review. If you haven't left one yet, it's really easy. Just sign up.
If you haven't left one yet,
fuck you. Okay, I'm so drunk. I'm just desperately clawing through this episode. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna be even drunker. So good luck listening to that garbage. Same doc time, same drunk channel. Ciao, ciao.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
All the superheroes, they always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure, they are men of might.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.